Hello, I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. Thank you for stopping by. Today we are going to make a few helpful makes for this time of year. An easy money wallet, okay, like this one here. Plenty of room in there to put cash, vouchers, whatever you wanted. And a pop-up gift card holder. Okay, so if you didn't want to give cash, you could give a gift card, and that just makes it pop up like that, which is a bit hard to see on camera. So we're going to make one of those as well. And then I've just been playing around and I've made this one that looks actually like a wallet, which I hadn't planned on making, but it's there, so I've put it on screen so you can see as well. And if anybody wants the measurements for that, I can give them to you separately. So these are the two that we're going to make today. Some of the things that we're going to use, I'll just quickly whiz through those so that you know. One of the staples in my stash is the So Sentimental bundle of dies. You get loads in the pack, but my favourite two are this one and this one that layer up really easily together, and then we're also going to use the teeny tiny one as well. But you can see you get some rectangle shapes and also some tag shapes like that. So it's worth getting because it's one of those things that you're going to keep using. The other thing that we are going to use is some Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. All the lovely backgrounds that you can see there. And this paper here, Trimming the Town, both of which are on sale to the end of October. So if you like them, grab them quick. Okay, on to the make. Now, I've already kicked the camera twice, so sorry. It's because I'm a stand-up crafter. Sounds like stand-up comic, doesn't it? Stand-up crafter. So I keep kicking the stand because it's in my way. Anyway, this is the first one we're going to do. So this is the Easy Money Wallet. Looks really pretty and decorative, but it really is very easy. So I'm going to put that to one side. And I've got good old olive paper. One of my favourite colours, but then aren't they all? And you will need a piece of card that is 9 inches by 8 inches. So it does almost take up one sheet of A4, but look at it, it's worth it. Okay, so 9 inches by 8 inches. Now on the 9-inch side, let me just ping that arm out. We are going to do some scoring. So I think this is the 9-inch side. Yep. So we need to score at 3 1/4. Okay, this is the bit where I need to think about which blade I'm using so that I score and not cut. So 3 1/4, 3 1/2. That doesn't seem right already. Let me check that again. 3 1/4. No, 3 1/4. 3 1/2. Ah, yeah, it is. I remember now. 6 3/4. Because what you're doing is effectively making a little box. So we just need a little piece in between. 6 3/4 and 7. Okay. Let me repeat those for you in a minute. So on the 9-inch side, you end up with like 2 tram lines. So 9-inch side, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, just score it. Then 6 3/4 and 7 inches. Okay. Right, so now turn it to the 8-inch side, and we're going to do a couple of score lines again. So you want 1 1/4, not 1 1/4, just a quarter. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that there. It's really tricky to see because this light is reflecting back off my board. board. That's the only trouble doing it at night. So 1/4, and then next one is 1/2. So basically right at the edge of your, that was lucky. Did you see that? I nearly cut it. Ugh. You might actually have heard me swear on camera, which is a rarity because I don't swear. Okay, then I need to do 7.5. 7.5, which is basically the other end, and 7 3/4. Okay, 7 3/4. Let's move that out the way. So your piece of card, I'm not sure if you can see, you've got 2 lines down that side, 2 lines down that side, right at the edge. So now we need to think about trimming these off. Okay, I'm just going to take my cardie off because I'm baking. It must be the nerves getting to me. Okay. So I need to cut off. Now that, the thinner bit is my lip here. Okay, so I need to cut 2 pieces of this off. So let's do it with this actually, because that'll be easier. So this time I do want to cut. So what I'm looking for is these 2 lines here. Now I need to cut from this point here up, and I want the whole bit of that to come off. So if I just draw on that so that you can see. Oh. So that's the bit that I'm cutting off, that bit. I need those 2 little squares left, and I need these 2 lines left. But I'm also going to do it this side as well. It feels a bit naughty drawing on the card. Okay, they're definitely the bits I'm going to cut off. So I'm going to line them up with the groove. I'm going to bring my blade down to near enough where I think it's going to be. And I'm going to cut up. And that should give me that bit there. Okay, and we'll deal with that in a minute. And I'm going to do the same here, but this time obviously because I've turned the card round, I'm cutting down. Okay, I feel like I need to breathe. Have I done it right? Okay, let's have a look. So this drawn bit is the bit I need to cut off. And don't be tempted to pull your card, cut it, because otherwise it leaves a little bit there. Now these 2 little squares here, I want to make a tiny tab out of those. So I cut that to there, and then I cut this, one of the squares off, like that. Does that make sense? So you've got that little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn it round and do the same on this side. Oh. Got shaky hands. Okay, so that bit, remember don't pull it because you'll ruin the card. And cut those there because I'm making that little tab. Okay, and cut that bit off there. Okay, and that's my little tab that goes up. Okay, there's that. Now, if you have got a corner jumper that cuts round, you can cut the corners off like I did on here. But if you haven't, you can just leave them square. But I quite like taking mine off, so I'm going to do that now to remind me. Okay. So that's my top. This is the bit that's folding up. Now I need my designer series paper. So, as with all Stampin' Up paper, it's 2-sided. It makes it easy because I don't have to choose. I can have one piece that, one piece that. The hardest bit is which bit is the lip and which bit is the front. Now, I really like that as the background, so I think I'm going to stick with that. So, my designer series paper needs to be an 1/8 of an inch smaller than this front band. You could do it 1/4 of an inch smaller. I like just a tiny little trim, so that's what I'm going to do. So that needs to be, that was 7 inches, so this is going to be 6 7/8, and both pieces are going to be 6 7/8. So I'm just going to cut that straight away. Okay, that's my scrap bit I don't need. And then I need one piece that's 3 1/8. 3 1/8. And one piece that's 1 7/8. And I'm praying that that's my right measurements. Okay, so I don't need that bit. Let's bring those back in. Before I stick it down, let's have a look. That's going to go on there. Yep. That bit's going to go on there. I just need to chomp the corners so that that fits perfectly. Ooh. So, and I want it the other way round. Yep, looks good. Yep, stay with it, Claire. So I am going to turn that over, and I'm going to, shall I stick it first? Yeah, let's stick it first. So this is going to be my bottom bit, so I'm going to stick that on there. Get some tombow glue, because it will give me wiggle room. Okay, just spread the glue all over. And place that on. Now, I haven't decorated the back of this wallet, but you could. I just put all my effort into the front. So that's the front piece. So it's going to be like that. So this flap is going to come over. So that needs to be like that. Make sure you put glue on the right side. Okay. Keep everything crossed. It's going to look all right. Okay, that basically is your decoration. Just going to press that down, press that down. Now you need to burnish all your lines. So I will do this bit first, and then I might have to help it here because it's such a thin piece. Can you see? There, so I do it with my fingers first and then go over it with the burnishing tool. And that gives me that flat bottom. And then I'm going to do the same here. So the first one always goes really easily, like that. And then the second one, I have to give it a bit of brute force and do that. So that gives me the top lid. Okay, now the side. Now this tiny little square flap, that just comes up on its own really. It will just stay in, it just hides the gap. This bit comes over, burnish that, and then again with your fingers you can push over the extra bit there. And that's your side bit. Do it again now, this side. Okay, and this. I think a lot of us are going to be giving money this year or a gift card just simply because we're not getting out to the shops. So this is just a little bit more thought put into giving some money. Okay, so now all you need to do, if you've shaped that like that on both sides, you're just going to put some tombow glue along that edge. Not too much because you don't want it squirting out everywhere. Do the other one at the same time. Okay, and you can just bring that over, or bring it over that way, and then you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so you're just looking down the edge to make sure that that's in. You can hold it down. You can even use your bone folder to push inside and just hold down on one side just to give it a squared off shape, and it's tombow glue, so it doesn't take very long at all to glue. Okay, now do the same with this side. Remember, you've already put glue on it, so you're just looking to make sure that it's lined up. Put your bone tool in, press down on it just for a second or two, and that should be done. Okay, look, perfect. Now this just comes over here. Okay, so there's lots of things, there's actually loads of wallets that you can make, and you can put belly bands round, which for those that don't know is like a strip of card you just put round the whole thing. We're going to do it on this one in a minute, and that will hold it in place. But I quite liked the idea of doing something a little bit different. I've got some Velcro dots that I very rarely use, so I've used those, and I've die cut one of these shapes that I talked to you about earlier, and this one. Now this may get put in the post, so I'm not putting any dimensionals on this, and I want it to be sort of in the middle, so I'm only going to put some glue on the back of the top bit. Okay, and tombow's pretty strong, so it will hold it in place. So I'm just going to put that on there. I did think about putting a magnetic closure on it, but it's not really worth it, because it's only got money in it. Okay, so that moved with me. Obviously got glue on my finger. Okay, so there's that bit. The Velcro dot, you can get them in reels like this. So I have got loads of them, and you get a rough bit and a fluffy bit. There must be a proper technical term for that. So one rough, one fluffy, stick it together like that. Put it on the back there. Okay. Oh, I didn't die cut the other bit like I did on here. Let me show you. So on this one, I die cut one of the smaller shapes and I put it on, but it'll be alright, I can read it afterwards. So that just presses down, and then the first few goes, if you sort of hold it with your nail, just to get it working and being stuck. So that's that. And then, what did I put on the front of this? So I put some trees, a little house, and this label, just to show you how I did that label. So I stamped it with a sentiment from Itty Bitty Christmas. Shall I do that so you can see? I haven't got my block, I've only got this massive block here. That's all right. How ridiculous is that? Anyway, let me show you what I did. So I just stamped this on, like so. Okay, and cut that off. So that's probably too far. Let's just do it like that. So I'm just making like a little flag on it, just because I want it to be a little bit different. And then using my bone folder, I just curled it that way. And I've got ink on my fingers, so that's typical, it's come off on it. And then back that way. So you get that sort of shape. And then put some glue on there and some glue on there, like that. Rather than sticking the whole thing down flat. Probably off camera, aren't I? So put some glue on there and some glue on there, like that and that. And then rather than it being flat, it just gives a little bit of dimensional to the top. And there you have one money, cash or voucher wallet. Okay, how are we doing for time? Oh my life. Okay, we've got 10 minutes, so let me show you this one. Hopefully I can be a bit quicker. So this one, very simple again, but really effective because it stands up like that. You can get gift cards for anything now, for Starbucks, for Amazon, for books, literally I think if you go in any supermarket, they've got a whole range of them. So how do we make it look extra special? So we start off with a piece of card. The piece of card needs to be, so basically I cut a A4 sheet in half, which is 4.1 inches. And then I cut it this way at 10 inches. So half of the sheet is 4.1 inches and then 10 inches. Okay, and I need to score it at, let's bring that arm out because I'm going to need that out in a minute. 3 inches. So scoring, not cutting. So put the cutting blade out of the way. So 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and then one more at 8 inches. Oh, I can feel that brewing. Okay, that's it. Okay, look at that, how easy is that? So, that's your base. Now, designer series paper. Oh dear. Now, on my one here, I used all little bits and pieces. So I put all different colours. Look, can you see? I even decorated the back. And that's the beauty of Stampin' Up papers, because if you buy a pack of paper, all of the colours are the same in it. They coordinate. Oh my goodness, tickle. So, put that to one side. What size designer series paper do we need? Now, this is 4.1, 4 1/8. So going on the fact that I only like a little bit of edge round, I'm going to cut all of the pieces at 4. Oh, I'm so sorry. So I'm going to do that first so that I don't have to do it again. So I'm just going to cut my whole strip at 4. Look at that. How tiny is that? I don't think I've ever cut anything as thin as that before. I feel like I should do something with it. Anyway, so that's 4 inches that way. Now I need a couple of different pieces. So if I cut them all and then we can talk about them afterwards. So I need one that's 1 7/8. Okay. 2 that are 2 7/8. 2 7/8. Okay. And 2 that are 7/8. Okay. So there's 1 and 7/8. Okay. So that's that. So if I put them on there, you can see, if I put them all the same way, you can see them in a minute. That one goes there, that one goes there, and that one goes there. Now for the other side, I need 2 that are 4, and so 4 I've already done. So 2 7/8, so that's not going to be big enough. I need 1 7/8. So don't worry, I'm rambling now, I'll come back to you. So I'll go through that in a minute. And I'm just going to cut this at 4 again so I don't have to worry about that. And I need 2 7/8. Okay. Right. Okay, let me cut these and then I'll go through it so that everything's done. So, don't think I need that. Okay, so for one side you need those sizes, which I've already gone through, and then for the other side you need one that's 4 and 1 7/8, and 2 that are 4 and 2 7/8. Okay, so I'm going to leave those and I'm just going to decorate this. So again, let's put those there. The thinnest wedge, so not this big bit here or here, this thin wedge here, that's the one that I would shape the corners. So I'm going to do that now to remind me which is the top, and then I'm going to get glue in. So I want to do that way, I think, although I do really like this red, but red on red. Oh, glue, don't fail me now. Running out of time. Okay, so that one goes there. You'll be able to tell because where your score lines are, only certain pieces will fit. Okay, so that bit will go there. And then these two bits here, they're actually the pop-up bits, so I'm going to do them in a contrast. So I'm going to turn the paper over. Okay, so there's that one there. Oh, that looks nice. And this one. How is it that when you first get the paper, there's certain ones you absolutely love, and there's others that you're not so excited about, and then quickly you change your mind? Okay, I think I might do it that way because it's inside anyway. So I'm just going to crump the corners because it's my top bit. That's it, I like that. Actually, I feel like that hasn't cropped the corners very well. Do you think I'm going to get glue in here now? Learn by my mistakes. Okay, it's still got enough glue on it. Okay, that's better. So that's that bit. So this actually is going to be my inside. So what I'm going to do is that will burnish up there. Okay, this one will come down there. Okay, this one will come down there. And these will be my foldy up bits where the pop-up will be. Okay, now I'm just going to cover the other side. So let me put it back together so you can see. So this bit is going to be here. That bit is going to be like that. And I think I'll do that like that. So this bit can get stuck straight back on. Sorry, I'm trying not to rush, but I realise that I've been on here a little while and you're probably fed up with listening to me. So that's that one. I'll put this one on, but I want it that way. So I'm going to do the stripy bit. It's a good way to show off all the colours of your DSP, your designer paper, if you really love it like me. You get to see all sides of it. Okay, that. And then this one is going to go on there. So I need to clump the corners. Oh, yeah. No, I did it again. I'm better off doing it upside down than I can see. Make sure I get it right in the corner. Now, do I want it like that? Oh yeah, definitely that way. The dots and the stripes do my eyes in. Okay, so we're nearly there, girls, honestly. So that's that bit. And there, let's bring that out the way so you can put it on. And then I'll show you how to make the poppy up bit. Okay, so remember this bit here that's going to pop up? We need to make that stick together. So you can put some tombow glue on it, or if I can find my scissors, you can use your double-sided tape, but you need a very thin strip of it along the bottom of that piece. And if I can find the end, oh, there. You need a bit up the side, either side, and that's just so that it stays stuck together. So put that up there. So just on one of those rectangles, you do this. The hardest bit is now getting it off. Oh. Get that bit off there. Oh, my nails are coming in handy. Don't usually have long nails. I'm not very good with nails. So that's that. Bring that to that. And just press it down. And then if you turn it that way, it's like that. Now obviously you want to put a gift card in there and there's no way for it to get in. So what you do is take your paper trimmer, line it up with your cutter and just take a tiny piece off. Okay. Okay, now the trick that I did there, so I lift this up and I put it in the middle and then I cut up and then brought it down. Otherwise, because it's quite thick, you end up sometimes tearing it rather than getting a nice clean cut. Okay, the test will be, does the card fit in? So it looks like there's not much for it to go into. Let me just take this off. And it automatically slides in like that. That's it, done. Now the belly band. Okay. Take a piece of card. This one is, let me have a look. I think it's only an inch. Yep, an inch by, is it 9 1/4? Okay. So again, oh, should leave that in, shouldn't I? So 9 1/4 by an inch, and what I do, because I'm going to put something like this on the front, I just wrap it round like that, wrap it round like that so it meets in the middle, and then put a little bit of tombow glue under there so you can see, and hold it in place. Now you can decorate this how you want. You could put a piece of ribbon round and just tie a big bow. What I did on this one is the same that we did on here. I used the 2 dies to do this, and just on the white I used the sentiment from here and stamped Merry and Christmas. Now that looks really fancy, but actually that was a mistake turned good, because I wanted to do Merry and Christmas underneath, but obviously on the stamp it's the whole thing. So I just inked up the Merry. I'll show you on my background paper. So I didn't do any fancy. I know you can do all sorts of things and cover the note paper, but I just dipped the Merry in. But because I've been practicing a lot, there was a little bit of ink on the Christmas. So when I stamped, the Christmas came out a bit as well. And then I thought, oh no, I've got to die cut the whole lot again. But what I did was did that and then just did that all round, which ended up with that. And I actually think it looks really nice. It doesn't look like I've made a mistake, but now you know. So that's your gift wallet made. So one wallet for your gift card. And did I say you can get 2 out of one A4 sheet? which is handy. And your money wallet. And then this one I'll show you another time because I need to finish it off and make it look more wallet-like. I think that pocket's probably a bit big as well. But anyway, that was just me playing. So, there you go. Hope you liked it, girls. Lovely to see you, or not see you. Thanks for watching. Bye.